I'm from India, but I'm a Tibetan originally. Yeah.
Okay, and whereabouts in India do you live?
My home's in Dharamsala, a small town in the mountains, where the Dalai Lama lives.
Okay. And he lives there now?
Yeah, that's where his home is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just have some friends that met him like a few weeks ago, so it's really interesting. And what brings you to Busan?
A piece that I made, a video installation that I made with my wife Ritu, is showing at the Busan Biennale, and they invited us to come out here, and that's why we're here.
And can you tell us a little bit about the film?
It's a single channel video installation called Some Questions on the Nature of Your Existence, and it's really about Tibetan Buddhist debate. There's this long tradition of debating in Tibetan Buddhism, and the piece is an attempt to kind of try and understand what debate in the Tibetan Buddhist tradition is about, but also how it's still relevant to us in our modern day lives.
Great. And that's now at the Busan Museum of Art in the basement, I've heard. So how do you believe that ties in with this theme of evolution of living?
It's actually on the ground floor of the Museum of Modern Art. It's the first room as you enter on your left. The whole Biennale, I think, it's really fascinating because I had a chance yesterday to go through most of the exhibits, and there's a very strong thematic kind of link in all the pieces that are here, and I think it has to really do with the evolution of humankind, of man in all its many different contexts, and in that particular context, I think our piece really fits in well, and I was really happy to see that this was the context in which it was showing.
Great. And is this your first visit to South Korea?
No, it's my second visit, but it's my first visit to Busan, and I love Korea, and I'm really happy to be here.
And can you tell us about your first visit to Korea?
Yeah, my wife and I came here last year at the DMZ Documentary Film Festival, which is held in Paju Book City, north of Seoul. Last year was the first edition of the festival, and it was a really fantastic festival. There were amazing documentary films, great filmmakers from all around the world. Unfortunately, very few people showed up to see the films, but we had a great time. So
Yeah, so I think there's a lack of communication of these events with the general public. Is there any information or advice you can give people who live here on how to find out about these documentary film festivals that just don't seem to reach the general public?
Yeah, I think last year a lot of the filmmakers did give feedback to the organizers that we thought that their outreach or their publicity should be better, because it's not that far from Seoul, and obviously there is an audience for documentary films in Korea, so it was surprising that more people didn't actually come to see the films, and I thought that this year it would have been better, but I don't know. You haven't heard of it,
no,
so
I just found out about it today, and I'm really wishing I found out about it maybe yesterday
Right.
or at an earlier time, so I could have made it up to the DMZ to see this.
Yeah, because it's a really great festival. It's really well curated. They have good films. Filmmakers are there to do question Q&A.
And I think there's a strong audience for that too. A lot of people here are interested in documentaries. There's a huge community of expat teachers and a lot of people here who are interested in education that would be really enthusiastic to hear about a documentary film festival. So it's a shame, but hopefully this will allow the word to get out there.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, and it's every year?
It's every year. Yeah, I think last year it was in October, but they moved it up this year. So, in fact, it's just happening right now.
Great. So when do you leave Korea?
Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning, just after the Biennale started.
Just after the party.
Yeah.
Too short, but...
It is too short, yeah. I've only had a chance to see one gallery so far, but I'm excited to see your work and the rest of the work that's in the show.
Right.
Well, thanks a lot and welcome again to Busan. And
thank you.
I hope you enjoy your stay.
Thank you very much.
We'll drink together. Cheers. And welcome to Busan. What's your name?
Celine.
Celine, and you're from where?
Israel.
Israel. Well, welcome again. And what brings you to Busan this weekend?
I came for the Biennale
For the Biennale. And when did you arrive?
about 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. And why did you come to the Biennale?
Well, I came with my partner who has his installation here. He has two works, Blackfield and Evolution in Theory. And, well, I'm kind of helping him installing.
Okay, and where are those pieces installed?
Well, there's one in Busan Museum and one in the Yachting Center.
Okay, I was at the Yachting Center earlier. Which is his piece?
It's Blackfield. Is the flowers piece?
Oh, the flowers in the sand?
The flowers in the sand.
That was really beautiful.
It's a piece which is made of 20,000 flowers, miniature ones. And I wouldn't say much because there's a surprise within it.
There is a surprise, and I was surprised when I was looking at it.
Yeah.
Can you just tell us what material it is made out of?
It's stainless steel.
It's stainless steel. See, I was trying to see what it was made out of, and then I was surprised.
It is stainless steel, which is the form was done in a process which is called photo etching. It's an acid that just eats what is not needed, and so the flower's shape stays. And all the flowers are taken from old botanical books. One side is sprayed with black, and the other side, which I won't say much, but
is the surprise.
It's the surprise side, but it's that of when it's that of work. It's a process of 3 years.
Yeah, it was really beautiful. And was that sand imported?
No, it's local sand.
Oh, so it's Busan sand.
Yeah,
because our sand is imported anyway. So
very good.
That was a trick question.
Yeah, actually, very good sand.
And how long are you in South Korea for?
Well, 2 weeks in total.
2 weeks. So you leave tomorrow
Actually,
as well?
we have another 3 days. No, it will be 2 weeks and a half.
Okay, great.
Yeah, we'll be in Seoul for another 3 days.
Oh, good. Have you seen the rest of the Biennale?
Well, yeah, I didn't have much time because the installation finished just yesterday, so I was walking around today and as much as I could.
Can you give us any information about how it was installed? Because we were observing earlier that there's no footprints or markings, that the sand just looks absolutely perfect, and I thought it must just be from one side to another.
You refer to the flowers or
Yes,
the other one?
the flowers.
Perhaps you should want Sadok to answer?
Hi, we're just conducting an interview here about your piece that we saw in the Yachting Center earlier.
It's good that she's speaking. I want to know what she's saying.
Just technical details.
Yeah.
She's asking about the sand.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay, well, thank you.
Well, the flowers one, it's row by row. Actually, it's measured. We know each meter how many flowers are going to be and how many big flowers. And we finish a line, and then we sieve sand all over. So the process goes backwards. And to me, what is interesting is also that it's done. Sadok actually plants the flowers, and he puts it with the black side. And again, I wouldn't mention what is the underside, but after seeing it, it gets more interesting. And we need lots of people. So each country that we get, we have local volunteers, and it's very interesting to see in the process how people react to it, and to work with local people and the local sand. And the other work, the Evolution in Theory, in the museum is also made with sand. Also, sort of lines. We have like wooden. It's a bit hard to explain, but we work like builders. I think we just put sand, and we put 2 pieces of metal, which are in the same height, and then we have with a piece of wood to like
level it out.
Yeah, and we do line by line by line.
Right. I was saying, I think it's probably like mowing the lawn. You just have to go row by row by row.
And you do at first you do one row, yes, one row. I mean, you feel it, you leave a gap between the rows, so you could walk in between, and then you do the gaps. You fill it, and you have like to smoothen.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, are they all on little stands?
That's what it
Like,
means.
how are they standing upright? Like, do they have a base?
No,
on the bottom?
No, it's not very thick layer, so you don't really need. Only in the end you will see like a stand that holds the sand from moving.
Okay, cool. Well, great. And how long did it take to install that?
Well, the flowers, it took us 5 days. Well, actually, it's almost 5 days each piece. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
With lots of volunteers.
Right.
Yeah.
That is key. Well, that's awesome. I'm glad that you're enjoying your time here in Busan.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, and have a good time in Seoul too.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys will enjoy it up there.
Thank you. Good luck.